Hello, thank you so much for joining me, fellow nurses, maybe future nurses. I appreciate you coming to spend a few minutes with me. This is my second video on this channel. I have other channels, but I wanted to focus on the travel nurse experience for the rookie, because let's face it, I'm a rookie travel nurse. Have never done it before. This will be my first contract. So I wanted to kind of blog my experience from start to finish. Maybe I can give you some ideas. Maybe I can help you out. Maybe I can answer some questions for you. And maybe you can help me because there is so much to learn. So as I left off, I was courting. I like to call it courting. Several recruiters and different agencies. I think you really have to find the one that suits you best. And when you find one or two, stick with them. I feel like you can get distracted by a lot of other agencies. There's so many people going to be contacting you. If you're on, traveling nurse groups on Facebook, it can get very overwhelming, all the information and offers that you're getting. So find a recruiter, find a company that you like, and stick with it until the end. For instance, I had talked to American Mobile Network, I think American Mobile Nurses, AMN. They were very nice. The recruiter was very nice. What she had to offer wasn't working for me, and that was it. It was a beautiful relationship. She answered a few questions. She showed me a couple of things. It wasn't working. The price range in the area that it just wasn't working up for me. I know what I need to take for a minimum, and we parted ways. So now I can focus on other companies. So right now I am talking with RN Network, and I'm also talking with TNAA. More aggressively with TNAA, Travel Nurse Across America. Now listen. I've been hearing a lot of things. Oh, they pay terribly. Da, 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 da. I'm not seeing any huge difference between what TNAA pays versus the other recruiters, the other agencies. I'm not seeing a huge discrepancy, a huge difference. I have been doing a lot of research on this, and they seem straight up. I've never seen anybody posting they got canceled and screwed with TNAA, that they did not get paid with TNAA. I've only heard good things besides people complaining about the pay. And that may be experienced travel nurses. Listen, I'm a rookie. I'm just trying to get that first contract. They've been fine with me. I have no complaints. So today I spoke with my recruiter. Her name is Colleen. She's wonderful. She's very busy, I'm sure, and I appreciate the time that she has to spend with me. For me personally, there's a few things that are very important. First and foremost, I'm looking for a facility that is not having any mandates at this time. Now, please don't get mad at me. Fellow nurses, come on, we're supposed to love each other and not be biased when others make a healthcare decision. And you have to respect other people's journeys. You may not know, all right, why they cannot or will not take something. So to me, that was most important. So I found someone who was willing to work with me and find a facility that was either not mandating or offering a religious or medical exemption. Because that's exactly what I will be needing. I actually did get an exemption approved in the state I live in now, but I'm looking to travel, as we know. So I'll be taking that beautifully written exemption elsewhere if I need it. My hope is that I can find a place that it's not even an issue, and I can just go right in. So the phase in the process I'm at now is submission. I have made it to being submitted to facilities. I can't believe it. So how it works, you have to really do your own research, and that's what I'm going to recommend. That's what I'm going to maybe title this video. You have to really do your own research. Of course, you know what area you might want to go to. You might want to go to, say, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You tell this recruiter where you want to go, and they come back at you with several different facilities. It's up to you to know what you're willing to get into, okay? I know what I'm leaving, all right? And I know what I want to get into. So I am personally leaving a level 2 trauma facility. I'm an ED nurse. We have about 40, 45, maybe it should be 55 beds when all of our zones are open, but as you know, they're never all open. It is a busy, I don't want to say a knife and gun club, but we do have a lot of, it's in the middle of the inner city, so we see a lot of everything. I'll leave it at that. I know that stuff can happen everywhere, but as an ED nurse, you know the things you see when your ED is in the middle of an inner city. Okay? So we have a lot of boarders. We have regular med-surg boarders. There are ICU boarders. It's busy and it's short-staffed. So I know what I'm leaving. It's a hospital that has just under 400 beds. So it's a medium-sized hospital. So I know what I'm looking for. Before I even told my recruiter, I made a list. I knew how big I wanted the facility, the ER, the EMR. I knew it all. So I did my research, and when she came back at me with ideas, I already knew the hospitals, and I looked on my list. I made notes. I've been tracking the ER times and everything. So I knew where I wanted to go. So we are submitting to 2 different facilities today. I can't believe it. My husband is very excited. I'm very excited. All right, so let's talk pay. Let's just do it. So one facility that I am looking at is a 133 bed facility. It offers, I believe it's like $4,400 a week. Now that's gross. That is with your living stipend, and that is also with your pay together. All right. And it is a pretty decent sized ER. I think I would be quite busy there. I would like to find out more about the nurse patient ratio on my interview. I'll get into that. The other facility is actually a freestanding ER, and that one is offering a little bit less. It's like, I think $300 or $400 less a week, which is not bad, considering, there's some things when you're admitting patients you have to deal with that when you're working at a freestanding ER, you may not have to deal with. I've got some questions. I've never worked in such a facility. I'd like to know what happens when a patient needs to be admitted. I don't know if it's a trauma facility. I'm not sure. We're going to find all that stuff out when I speak with someone, hopefully. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing your research and having your questions ready. As I was saying before, I'm making a list of facility-specific questions to ask my interviewer. I found out sometimes you get a live call from someone at the facility you want to be submitted to, and sometimes it's like an automated interview that asks you questions and records your answer, and that goes to see if that may be the only interview, or that goes to see if you are awarded an actual human person interview in person. So we'll see what happens. It's Monday. I don't know how long to give it. I don't know really. She told me, my recruiter said, you should hear directly from the facility. So I don't know. Let me know. How long should I wait to hear back? Do I give it a day? Do I give it 2? I was going to say maybe by next Monday. If I did not hear anything, contacting my recruiter and maybe moving on and trying to submit to other facilities. I'm not sure. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you know. Tell me any tips you may have. This is a beautiful journey, and I definitely encourage you. If you're on the fence, if you're thinking about it, if you're not sure, if you have 2 years, I know some people say 1, I'm going to say 2. If you have at least 2 years of experience in your field, go for it. Try a contract. Try one. What could it hurt? I feel like you work so hard. Why not work just as hard and get compensated 2 or 3 times as much for your pay? We nurses right now have the opportunity to start a revolution within healthcare. All right. Our coworkers that have chose to stay staff nurses, they know there's more money out there, and they are mad. They are putting up with it. They're short-staffed. They've been there every day, and they're so angry to see that there are people leaving and going and making so much more money. So stick with it. We are going to start a revolution. We really are. Nurses need to get paid what they are worth. Why are we struggling? There are so many of us that live paycheck to paycheck, that struggle to send their children to private schools, but they work so hard, and we have lives. We have lives in our very hands. It is time that we stand up and get paid exactly what we are worth. Enough is enough. They said that 2020 was the year of the nurse. Oh, no, listen. It's always the year of the nurse. Did you hear? It is always the year of the nurse. And it's time we start letting people know. And it's time we start writing our own tickets. Cheers to traveling.